Alright guys, let's look at another type of division where your dividend and your divisor both have decimals. The first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and set up my problem. Divisor goes out, dividend goes in. Now, when I'm thinking about division, I'm thinking about how many groups can I make from my divisor based on my dividend. But what this problem is really saying is making 1.5 groups from 54.3, which isn't exactly possible. So what I need to do is change my divisor into a whole number and do the same thing to my dividend. So the way that I do that is I take my decimal from my divisor and I scoop it to the end of the number. So let's do that. Drop it off. I've now changed 1.5 to 15. Now the rule is, however many times you scoop your divisor decimal, you have to do the same thing inside the problem. So I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to scoop my decimal one spot out from my dividend as well. And now I'm going to rewrite my problem. So my new problem is 543 divided by 15. Now I can ignore my original problem and this just becomes an easy long division problem. So I'm asking myself, how many times does 15 go into 5? The answer there is 0. How many times does 15 go into 54? I'm not sure off the top of my head, so I'm going to list my multiples. 15, 30, 45, 60. Alright, so I know it goes in 3 times. 15 times 3 is 45. And now I'm just going to subtract. 54 minus 45 is 9. Bring down your 3. Now I'm asking myself, how many times does 15 go into 93? Well again, I'm not sure, so I'm going to continue with my multiples. 60, 75, 90. Okay, so I know that 15 goes in 6 times. 15 times 6 is 90. Then I'm going to subtract. 93 minus 90 leaves me with a 3. Now, 15 doesn't go into 3. So before I can add a 0, the first thing I have to do is I have an invisible decimal at the back of this 543. I'm going to bring that up. Drop it off. Now I can add a 0 and bring it down. And now I know that 15 goes into 30 2 times. So 15 times 2 is 30. I'm left with 0. So my quotient here is 36.2. Let's do another one. Hey guys, let's look at this next one. 167 divided by 25 hundredths. First thing I'm going to do is set up my division problem. 0 and 25 hundredths is my divisor. 167 is my dividend. Now, I know my first rule is that I need to make my divisor a whole number. So, 2 numbers are behind my decimal and I need to scoop my decimal till the end of the number. 1, 2. Drop it off. Now, the rule is that I have to do that same thing with my dividend. But you guys see that 167, there is no decimal. But there is an invisible decimal at the end. So I'm going to scoop it 2 times, drop it off, and fill in my zeros. Now I'm going to rewrite my problem as a normal division problem. 25 divided by 100, 67,000. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and divide this out normally. Now, 25 does not go into 1, so I'm going to put a 0, and it does not go into 6, so I'm going to put in a 0. It does, however, go into 167. How many times? I'm not sure, so I'm going to list my multiples. 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175. Okay, I can stop. So, I see that 25 goes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times to 167. Go back to my problem. 25 times 6 is 150. So if I subtract I'm left with 17. Now, 25 doesn't go into 17, so I'm going to bring a 0 down. 25 does go into 176 times, though. 25 times 6 is 150. We'll go ahead and subtract down. If I do that, I'm left with 20. Now, 25 does not go into 20, but I have another 0 I can bring down. So I'm going to do that. 25 does go into 200. Let's go back to our multiples. We stopped at 175. We'll add 1, 200, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. 25 times 8 is 200, so I'm left with 0. So my quotient here is 668. Now, if I lost you anywhere along the way, I want you to rewind this video and watch it again. If you think you're ready to practice, let's get to it.